So, George, are you known for anything special?
There are people around the world who are acquainted with me from one slice of my life or another. Perhaps as a beatnik poet, or a director of advertising, or a tenor soloist, or secret lover, or radio dispatcher, or cross-country hitchhiker, or cross-country cyclist, or actor, or director, or shoeshine boy, or 7 simultaneous presidencies, or city commissioner, or media photographer, or graphic artist, or hand typesetter, or letterpress operator, or new age minister, or book publisher, or husband or husband or husband or husband, or father, or ad agency president, or group leader, or magazine editor, or writer, or animator, or consciousness theorist, or webmaster, or harmonica player, or magician, or speed typist, or hypnotist, or news reporter, or kingmaker, or social worker, or English teacher, or financial planner, or systems analyst, or U.S. Army computer consultant, or homeless guy, or millionaire, or school manager, or eBay merchant, or bartender, or new religion creator, or transcriptionist, or quantum zen teacher, or telemarketer, or cartoonist, or, well, you get the idea, been there done that.
Well, suck my balls, would you? Isn't it against the law to do so many things?
It is easy to fool a 3-year-old kid. And I had plenty of people around who got off on fooling me. Bottle caps littered the sandy area across the road from my father's village general store. The store was huge, with a long front porch where everyone gathered. From time to time someone lifted a Coca-Cola from the big ice chest. The ice chest had a bottle opener fixed to the side. Position the bottle top under the clip and press down. The bottle cap falls on the floor of the porch. Sometimes, people had already picked up the bottle caps and flung them to the sandy area, and the next person would pick up his bottle cap and fling it. I didn't wonder then, but I wonder now why there was a sandy patch at the bottom of this mountainous hill when the rest of the area was covered with New England growth. It couldn't have worn away from the bottle caps. In retrospect, it may have been a parking place, for there were a few cars in the village. My grandparents lived on that big hill with their 14 children. Well, 13, because my mother, the eldest, now lived down the hill with my father. I had plenty of uncles who enjoyed teasing me and fooling me and pranking me. And now, the bottle cap story. We were gathered on the porch as usual, and an uncle told me, you know, if you looked under those bottle caps over there, you might find some nickels. He had hidden one there, 1 nickel under a bottle cap. That sounded exciting because even pennies were real money in those days. I crossed the road and began turning over the bottle caps that weren't already upside down. After a while, I found a nickel. I hurried to flip the remaining bottle caps looking for more nickels, but there were no more to be found. I gave up, satisfied that I had left no bottle cap unturned. Disgusted, I told my uncle, there was only 1 nickel. You said there were lots of them, and there's only 1. My uncle laughed, then explained to the others on the porch what was funny, and they all laughed. At me. I slinked inside and complained to my mother. She also laughed. I had the last laugh, though. 5 cents worth of candy, and in 1943 that was a lot. Before he got drafted, my father introduced ice cream to the village. Farley, Massachusetts, was excited about it. He sold so much ice cream that he won some award or other. An ice cream cone was 10 cents, expensive, but my father made huge cones, probably a pint each. On the first day my brother and I each got a cone, but not huge, and it was mainly for the experience, because it was very difficult for us to ever wheedle another one from either mother or father. One day as I was poking around in the sand around the porch, I uncovered a dime. Immediately, I bought an ice cream cone. My mother served it and made it small. I complained that I wanted a big one and that I had a dime. So, she made it bigger. The customer is always right. We lived in the store. Its hygienists included rooms for boarders. 2 old railroad workers lived with us, Tippy and Grandpa. Tippy was mischievous. He taught me that the way to color in my coloring book was to use the black crayon only and trace over the lines. I was soon corrected by others. He also taught me that every book has 16 chapters, and showed me such a book. I believed it for quite a long time, until my first trip to the library where I easily disproved old Tuppy. Grandpa, on the other hand, took a great interest in me and did things like teach me the alphabet. I started school early and I skipped over second grade because of this head start. One day, he returned from shopping with a scooter for me. I was thrilled, and it was the perfect toy for the hilly roads. I was a speedster, and I don't recall having any accidents. Later on, Grandpa was going shopping and asked me what I would like. I said I wanted a flashlight for the scooter. He got me one. It wasn't useful in the daylight, but I wore out the batteries anyway. It made me feel dangerous. He took me for a ride in his Model Ford. It was my first time I remember being in a car. The seat spread out all around me as I tried to balance myself in the middle of it. It felt like a long ride to Irving, only several miles away. This was the Disneyland of my day, and I was thrilled. Grandpa took me fishing. We walked together down the road to the Miller's River. There was a rickety bridge leading to the railroad track on the other side. We would set up under our end of the bridge, next to the water, and Grandpa taught me how to put a worm on the hook. We caught fish that Grandpa said we had to throw back because they didn't taste good. That was okay with me because I didn't want to keep them anyway. They were slimy,